What you're about to watch is part of an online training that I do twice a month inside my Movement Makers program, where I coach entrepreneurs like you how to build an online movement, how to make money from it, and use it to make a huge impact on the world. Enjoy. Today, exciting, we're going to be doing YouTube channel breakdowns. And this came up as a result of Lady Lexi, who joins me on my gaming live stream most nights that I'm going live. And she said, look at our channels, do a breakdown, look at our channels and give us some feedback. I said, okay, well, post it as a topic, and you guys voted it up. So we're going to be doing the first part, some channel breakdowns. What I found is by looking at one person's channel, you often get ideas on what you can do for your own as well. So hopefully the examples we go through will be helpful for you as well. So I'm going to start by pulling up Lady Lexi's channel and get some feedback. So you can get your messages out to the world, making an impact, having a difference, and also hopefully making you some more money as well. So when I first look at a channel, and again, this is something hopefully all of us can learn from. First thing we look at is our banner and our avatar here, right? So I can see her face here, cool. This is probably a little too much text. And lady, this is something that we've been talking a lot about. Trying to say too much. So what are you all about, right? When I come and land on this channel, what are you all about? And so new show. We don't have to make this as promotional. Imagine somebody who doesn't know who you are. So we're not talking to people who already know us. We're talking to brand new people. So what do they need to know about us? I'm less concerned about the time. Nobody really consumes YouTube videos by time. Nobody's really, like even my own videos, nobody's like, oh my gosh, Evan, you were 5 minutes late on your video. What happened? Or you forgot to post yesterday. What happened? We're not so important in people's lives, right? Where most people subscribe to a couple hundred channels, so they're not really paying attention. So the schedule doesn't really matter. So I wouldn't worry about most of this. So new show I would take out. Weekly on Wednesdays, a time schedule I would take out. And it's more like, what are you all about? Like, what's the value I'm going to get from the channel? What am I going to learn? How am I going to improve myself? What am I going to leave watching your videos feeling? And so that's the messaging that we want to have on here. I would change the avatar to be you, unless this becomes your character for all the videos, but it's not anywhere in your videos. So I would make this you. And for most of you, I got asked yesterday in a presentation, is it better to do your company logo as your brand or your face? And almost always the answer is face, because people connect with people a lot more than they'll connect with a logo. The only exception is if you are a bigger company or you have multiple people on the team who are going to be on the videos, then there might be a case for that. But you guys are all individual brands. Like, we're trying to build your brand up, not for your ego and people to, say how amazing you are, but to serve and to help. And you should be instantly recognizable. So this should be your face, Lady Lexi. And then even the title. So if I look at this combination, what do we think? Like if some good comments. If you guys want to leave some comments here, forget about the videos. If you just saw this banner with the background, we got this water, this beach, and then you saw the title, Lady Lexi's Life on the Road. What kind of channel do you think this would be? I thought it was a travel vlog, says Anita in the chat. If you were just to happen on this, traveling, says Mary, travel, says Andre. So we're getting a lot of travel thoughts, and it's probably what I would think too, to be honest, right? It's like, ooh, Lady Lexi's life on the road. She's going to be traveling. She's going to be going places. Look at her on the beach, which is not really what the channel is all about, or maybe it used to be. I don't know. But what is the story that you've been through? I mean, on the gaming stream when you've been joining in. Brian says, look, there's too much going on there. Lydia says meditation. Joyce says traveling. Shaq says meditation or yoga. A lot of it has been your healing journey. It's been about speaking up. It's been about finding the right doctors to support you on your journey, right? So what's the imagery that supports that? The meditation is probably the closest thing to the journey, is not so much about travel and beaches, etc. So I would rethink that style behind you so that people, when they first land, because again, we're not talking to our friends and people who know us, it's brand new people who've never heard us before. We don't want them to think probably that we are a travel vlog. Now, looking at the thumbnails, I know you've been doing a lot of work getting the text shorter. So I think some of the older videos had a lot of text. And if we look down, So if we look at, some of these, for example, right? You can't read that. And I'm on my computer. Now go to my phone and it's going to be super tiny. It's just impossible to read, impossible to see who these people are. And so good job on doing the work to get it to something like this, where it is so much easier to read than this. The next step would be to make the font easier to read. So this font, any fancy font is hard to read, especially small. And you got to imagine people are scrolling through really quickly through your videos, just like imagine they're walking through a grocery store aisle and they're picking what cereal box that they're going to pick. The one that stands out the most is the one they're going to pick. So your videos might be showing up on people's feeds, but they're scrolling. So it has to stop them from scrolling and make it instantly something that they want to be able to click on. And so making the text legible and a good size is important. So the sizing is a lot better now, but the font choice makes it hard and the color scheme makes it hard. So all of these stylized fonts should be used very sparingly. Even all of this is hard to read. The stylized fonts are really hard to read. So what you want to do is use thick, chunky, easy to read fonts that when they're really small, really stand out. So if you're looking at, and the good news about YouTube is you can go back and redo all these things. You can go back and you can update all of these videos as well. You can change the thumbnail style on them to make it stand out a little bit more. So there is a lot going on here. I would stick to a color scheme. Usually we'd look at like a neutral color. So look like white, black. If you look at mine, it's like white, black, and gold, right? You can potentially throw in a second accent color if you want, but just that color scheme then makes it easy to say, hey, that's an Evan Carmichael video. And that becomes the goal. It's like, I want people to say that is a Lady Lexi video. Next, in terms of the pictures, generally bigger faces work. So faces work for sure. When it's just text, it doesn't work as well. And when it's just a picture, it doesn't work as well. So faces with text works the best. And again, I need to be able to see you from the phone. So a lot of these pictures are too small. This one is probably your best one where I can clearly see you, right? I can see you. Imagine I'm scrolling super quick through the videos, right? If I'm scrolling, I don't know. I mean, even looking at this on a computer, I don't know that this is you. These 5 pictures of Lady Lexi. So I would zoom in and make it something like this as much as possible. If you're having 2 people, then you can have them side by side. You can have them one on each side. Obviously, this is Terry Way Thompson, fellow movie makers. We love you, Terry. All of this should be zoomed in more. So you could be you on the side, Terry on one side, text in the middle, or both of you on one side and text on the side. The faces get a little bit smaller when you're using 2 people on the thumbnail, but it could still be bigger than what we've been using here. So a lot of this is just getting people to click. If I can't read the text and I can't see the face, I'm not likely to click. And if I am confused by what the channel is all about, right? If I think it's a travel vlog, then I'm probably not going to watch the video as well. Next thing for any video is the starting has to be awesome. You want to hook people right away. So step 1 is just in terms of the branding, does this person look like somebody who I want to learn from? Right? So do they look like me? It doesn't have to be back to Titan twin content. You don't have to look like you're Oprah Winfrey, but does it look like you know what I've been through and can you solve my problem? Right? So, Alex in here doing his salsa dancing, there should be a salsa dance at the top, right? It shouldn't just be Alex's face. It should be people salsa dancing. If Zan's doing one around confidence, it should feel like I'm going to get more confidence just by looking at the banner and the avatar, right? So that's step 1, like branding. Are you the person that I think will help me solve my problem? Step 2 is then with your click-through rate, having thumbnails and titles that will get people to want to click on the video. And then step 3 is keeping people in the video. So if you look at a video, the starting point has to be really powerful. So ladies, fairly consistent, right? 10 hours ago, 19 hours ago, 1 day ago, 7 days ago, 7 days ago, 7 days ago, 9 days ago. Okay, so the next for scheduling for anybody here, I would space these out more. Instead of doing 3 videos on one day, take a week off and then do 3 videos again on another day, space these out so that you're not squishing them all together. This would be better to have, 6 videos over 7 days instead of 3 videos on one day and then 3 videos on another day and then have a big break in between. The length is good. 30 minutes, 16 minutes, an hour, 42 minutes, 29 minutes, 42 minutes. The length is good. And then if we play, we can see how it starts.
Done with it. I'm not going to do this. Well, that's when enough is enough. It's when you realize that you're experiencing mental or physical problems, that you get that pit in your stomach, that you know something needs to be done, and you are willing to go.
This is not bad. This is not bad. The thing that would change, I mean, we could be more emotional. It's like the first sentence has to matter. You have to feel it. You're not just making a video, you're talking to somebody. But this is a lot better than the live streams where you're just kind of welcoming people and having a good time. So this is a lot better. And I would also not lead with this. Never lead with a static image. Go right to you. Or people talking, right? Never lead with just audio and a static image, because you want people to see your face immediately. You'll just lose people when it's a static image. But that part's getting a lot better. And then just more emotion. Like, imagine that this matters. Imagine that your message is going to change somebody's life today, and try to approach it with that, not intensity, but just intentionality. You know, that somebody's in a really tough spot right now, and they're going to watch your video, and they're going to only listen to the first 3 sentences. And the words that you say matter, but even more important is the emotion that you have in it. So this is great. This is a great start. And then it looks like you're moving around, and now you're outside, and now you have guests on board. Once you start getting data, you can pay attention to where the audience retention is falling off. Like, where are you losing people? You can look at your data and see. But this is a fantastic start. Yeah, I like it. So the biggest thing for you then is update the banner, update the avatar, continue working on the thumbnails to make the text super easy to read, zoom in on the faces, and the start of your videos, making them more emotional.
If you want another awesome video in our Black Excellence series, check out the video right there next to me. I think you'll enjoy it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.